Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kansas State about to kick off to get this game started. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. Going with the ground game left. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Snap it to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. While the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint, the Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12 wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. One back in the backfield. He gets to carry. Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Barrels ahead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They've gotten right on the cusp of the end zone. They still need 2 yards. Will they try to bang it in with a run or go over the top? And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan! Getting set for the point after. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. The give to the single back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Right back to the well. Bulls his way forward. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They'll throw it on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. They'll go to the counter play. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there, because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Makes a move. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. If you like old-fashioned, grinded-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
That's how you blow up the screen pass here on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. How about about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. They're getting this guy lathered up, and they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Michigan 7, Kansas State 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Here we go. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Got enough space, and he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
That's how you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Now it's 2nd and goal. The back goes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Michigan! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, 2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. South Carolina showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong. But the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard.
They'll throw it on 1st down.
We'll see how...
And the ball is picked off. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. He'll need some juice in that arm on 3rd and long. Back open in the middle. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the first down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
What a disappointment. No good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Kansas State, 0.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and I'll give him toughness points. He stood in there, stared down the barrel, got whacked, but I won't give him smarts points because he threw into double coverage. You got to make a better decision than that. So try not to get walloped, and definitely don't throw up into double coverage.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Wolverines! How about that D coming up with a play like that? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. Oh, it's a fumble. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
They go right back to it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And the Wolverines come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete, and the defense holds.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Harmon. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. 2nd interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Tosses to the quarterback. He'll take a shot. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
Man, do you have to love the timing, the 6th sense to call that play and know to be successful. Jesse, you're looking for big plays when you call trick plays, and a touchdown, that's exactly what you want.
Man, the quarterback was licking his chops too, David. When he got the ball back from the running back, he knew he had his guy wide open. At that point, you're just thinking, don't underthrow it too badly, and don't miss this guy. Just give him an opportunity, and the trick play pays off.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, we should have ran a better route.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
35, Kansas State
The Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Takes a handoff. It's Harmon. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short.
325. Gaucho.
Running back goes in motion. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see 4th down, but it's better than throwing another pick.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with the receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They'll go with a direct snap. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Right back to the well. Running with power. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. And the Wolverines in the hurry-up. Direct snap. Got the 1st down and more. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Fights off a defender. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
Looking for room, it's Marshall. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the pummeling has started.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Missouri is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 28 over Illinois. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. The give to the back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33.
Tuna, Terrier.
Looking to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the returner will be dragged down.
And your Michigan Wolverines will take over 1st and 10.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
On 3rd down, going up top. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Now the play fake. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And the big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Deep shot for the end zone. Fires the pass, intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And that's the danger about being in a 3rd and long situation. You've got to push the football downfield, and the defense is expecting it. So they've got guys in the back end with their eyes on the QB. They're able to make the interception. This offense is going to have to do a better job generating better plays early in drives moving forward.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Gonna take a shot. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And a tremendous return will be stopped on the 28-yard line.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Michigan 42, Kansas State 0.
Okay, ready?
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Jackrabbit.
Snap it to the back. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
Gain of 1. 3rd down coming up.
Ready?
3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Running back searching for a hole. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. The Wolverines moving quickly to the line. They go to the ground. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
He's tackled at the 11-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring.
Clear. Clear.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Bust through behind his pad. Touchdown, Michigan! And the punishment has been extended. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, and complementary football.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Got a little room. Can they catch him? One little mistake in your kick coverage unit against this dude, and you are in a world of trouble, and they were barely able to keep him from scoring. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. He wants to throw. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Here's the handoff. Kept it on the ground on 3rd down. Picked up 5 yards, but it'll still be 4th and 1. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll go with a direct snap. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Offense getting set for 1st down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Wolverines want to move quickly. They'll test the right side. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Wolverines decide to punt it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponents.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stings, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Throwing right. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And after they get him on the ground, that's going to do it. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from it.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and